So I guess just to start, like, who are you? What do you do? Yeah, just introduce yourself and your work.
Yeah, sure. I'm I'm Ahmad. I'm Ahmad Nairat. I work as a training material creator and interactive material creator and motion graphic artist at the iConnect company. I graduated as a multimedia technology student in 2011, and that was my first uh, entry to the game development world, where I participated in the Imaging Cup competition, if you heard of, and created my first game back then.
What
So
was the
yeah,
competition?
it's Imaging Cup by Microsoft.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
They did that. All right. So yeah, what games have you made and stuff? Like, what's your portfolio?
Well, first, my first game, it's really, if I go back and try to play it now, it sucks kind of. It's like a,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, everyone's
it's
first game.
mechanics are very bad, graphics are too bad. But it's the first thing you created, so it means something to you when you create the first thing in the world of games for me. So yeah, then I managed to improve my skills bit by bit, reading materials, tutorials and stuff. And I moved from XNA framework to Unity back in 2015. And then I started improving my skills at Unity itself. And I started working as freelancer as well. And yeah, I created some projects as freelancing games. Most of them are educational games. Some are platformer games. I created like 2 or 3 games for myself. Like in my free time, I spent.
Yeah.
You know how indie developers work.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, you create games by yourself in your free time and just post them on the web. Recently, like a couple of months ago, I started to brand myself, my freelancing as Nairat. I started uploading my games to the Google Play Store. So far, only one game is there on the Google Play Store. I created my website and posted everything there to ease the access for them. Nairlab.com if you are interested to check it out.
Yeah, I did look at your website a bit. I saw you made a COVID related game and that got denied on Play Store or something.
Yeah, that was one. I actually uploaded more games today and yesterday.
Okay.
If you checked earlier than yesterday, I uploaded a couple
Sorry.
of games today. So yeah, if you are interested, check it out.
Okay, yeah, that'll be. I'll definitely put like an overlay in the video and stuff. Um, yeah, what kind of games do you want to make? Like, what's your like goals or dream games and stuff?
Well, my goals are to create games that can create a better world. But if you say this to someone, some
Like
people
sandbox or
like a better world, like you can somehow add a message to a game to make a change.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Some kind of a change. Yeah. So, for example, there's a game that I've been working on. It's called Shelter. For now, the name is Shelter. I don't know if I'm gonna change the name earlier. It's more about emotion of the person. So someone lives in his house, goes for his daily life, goes to work, passes through some obstacles that we are surrounded of, like broken streets, garbage on the streets. Some people are arguing or fighting, and whenever you pass through something like this, you get negative energy, and you should try to keep your balance of negative energy. If it reaches 100%, you die of negativity. When you go to work charges you negatively by 50%.
Yeah.
So yeah, when on your way back, if you can pass by a library, for example, and the library gives you a book. Whenever you enter a library, it creates a collectible where you can catch that collectible and fix something. Like, for example, gloves will allow you to clean the garbage off the street. And once you clean the garbage off the street, you gain positive energy, which balances your negative energy. And that's it. I try to, include some of the negative things in our worlds, where military stuff, army things, shooting. So there are checkpoints throughout the game. If you pass through a checkpoint, you get shot in the head and you get lost. So you have to find another route. You can have a look at the video if you like. It's on my website. I uploaded it today, I think. So yeah, this kind of games might deliver some kind of a message, as well as some edutainment, the edutainment field, like educational games for teaching, teaching children the basics of life, like counting or colors or stuff, this kind of educational games. So our Arabic market lacks this high quality stuff. So I'm actually right now working on something called Basit, which has a couple of games, like 10 games. So far, I'm done with building 4 of them. So I have not released it yet. This software contains like a very simple games. Basit means simple in Arabic. So it contains very simple games teaching the new children, like 4 years old, 5 years old, the basics of colors, counting, letters, and this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is what I'm willing to create, like video games that have a message to deliver, not just video games for fun. While it's okay to create video games for fun, so my message doesn't mean that it's not okay to create games for fun. Both sides are okay, but it would be great if we can make use of this as a tool,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it because I feel like nearly everyone I've talked to just makes games for fun. Almost, I've only met like, besides you and Rashid, I've only met like one other person who did educational games and like, yeah, like I guess real world applicable games instead of just the fun. So yeah, it's a cool new space to be in, I feel, for games. Yeah, what's like your day to day, like when you just go to work and then you come back and you have like a set time you work on games, or is it just kind of whenever? Like, what's your day to day schedule like there?
Yeah, well, I go to work early in the morning, and recently because of COVID, we work from home, and like my daily hours, my daily shift ends at around 5 p.m. Sometimes works get hard, sometimes it's easy, so sometimes I have to spend more time to work. On the days like that, I don't have, I don't have anything to do in my free time after my shift ends. I actually sometimes I play on my PlayStation, sometimes I play with my Oculus Quest, and sometimes I start reading about game development and stuff. Recently, I'm trying to improve my skills in 3D modeling, actually. So yeah, because it's not really cool to keep looking for assets everywhere, and it's hard to find the exact asset that you are looking for, and it's really hard to find someone who can create assets for you in a really low price. So why not trying to learn something new? That's my point of life. And mostly I work on my games on weekends, because I'm kind of not that guy who keeps going to coffee shops and stuff. I just prefer to stick with my friend, which is my computer. So yeah, mostly I work on my games after my shift ends and on my weekends.
What are you said you're reading about game development. Like, what are you reading? Books, like, I don't know, what are some titles and stuff?
Well, artificial intelligence, for example, and trying to improve performance. I focus on Unity Engine, exactly Unity Engine. I was planning to start reading about Godot, Godot Engine.
That's what
but I haven't. Yeah, I haven't started yet, but it seems interesting, so it's on the list.
Cool.
So it's like this. Yeah, while I'm creating a project, I pass through some challenges, so I put a list that I need to get deeper in this field, and that's it.
Yeah, artificial intelligence. What do you plan to do with that? Or just learn and see what comes up, or do you have?
Yeah, I don't have a specific plan for that. So, but it's fun to it's fun to learn about.
And so what's like the scene there? Like, are there regular meetups and stuff, or were there before COVID?
Yeah, well, actually, I started with my friends our community of game development here, our local community in Palestine, back in 2016, where we started the first event of game development. It was called Game Zanga, if you heard of that.
Yeah, I saw it on.
Yeah, so this event was the first event that we created as a community here in Palestine, and after that we kept making this kind of events like Global Game Jam and Game Zanga and some other minor game jams around here. Except for last year, because of COVID, we have nothing to do. We can't gather around, so we tried to keep things running up online via online jams and. I created a Facebook group for our community. Whoever is interested in asking something or looking for some questions, he can post his questions there, and anyone he can answer. Communities. But still, it's very weak. You can't compare it to your community, for example. But we're working hard to trying to improve the mentality of game development in Palestine because it's not really there.
Yeah. That's cool. Let's see. What's like the age range for the people who go?
Sorry, what's it?
The age range, like how old are people who go to these?
Yeah, mostly between 20s and 30s, 35s, something like that. And most of them are hobbyists. You can't find like enterprise or business people who are looking for game development or who are looking to join our community. There's only one company in Palestine who asks me to create some projects for them as freelance projects from time to time, and that's it. Their games are very simple, and otherwise you can't find core game companies in Palestine. So yeah, recently I can see that younger people are trying to join game development field. School people who are still in school, our curriculum is trying to direct people to use, what is it called? There's a simple game engine with a fox icon. I forgot the name. Scratch.
Oh yeah.
Scratch. Yeah. So yeah, they're trying to direct the lights on Scratch in schools, and I know a couple of people who were very interested in learning Unity while they're still in school, but the programming skills are not as good in school. So, but at least they are trying to, they are interested in this field. But it's just the minority, not the majority.
Yeah. Who are like the first game developers there? Like how far back does the scene, or does the history of game development and design go there? That you know
of? The first game I remember that was created in Palestine was by Rashid. You know Rashid?
Yeah.
He and his team. It was called Xbox, as long as I remember. It was for Android back in 2010. I'm not sure, 2010, 2012, something like that. He created that game and posted it on the Google Play Store. It was in its beginnings, the beginnings of Android. That was the first official game in Palestine. Before that, I'm not aware of anyone who was creating video games. I was creating games using XNA just for fun and for college projects. And the competition that I told you about, it was 2011. But the game development industry here is dead. So yeah, it's really dead. Recently, some people are trying to start up. There's a company who was called Pinchpoint who tried to make a startup for game development, but I think these people lack the skills of the game design. Their games were not based on accurate game design. So I don't know, they had probably marketing issues. I don't know. I don't know exactly the key of their failure. So they worked for 2 or 3 years and then they had to shut down their startup because they couldn't go up with it. But after that, I can't call any game development industry here in Palestine. I know a couple of people, like someone called Yasser Jaffal and Suhail Habib. These people are really skilled in game development. They use the various engines, but they are not in the industry. You know, they just create these games for fun. Similar to me, they just create these games, add them to their profile, join with game jams, and that's it. Unfortunately, of course.
Yeah. Let's see. I read about some game from like the early 2000s. It was called Peacemaker, and it was said it was like made in collaboration between people from Palestine and Israel. Do you know any of the people who worked on that, or I don't know? What are your thoughts on that? Yeah.
To be honest, I never heard of that.
Oh, okay.
Peacemaker.
Okay. Yeah. It was like made by Tim Sweeney from Epic, and it was like a simulation game for, this was before the Play Store even, I think.
2007. Okay, I can see.
Yeah.
This is about, it has an icon of Palestinian flag along with Israeli flag.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think this makes sense.
Yeah. This was like the first thing I could find, so I forgot to, yeah. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything about it.
No, actually, I never heard of it. Just heard of it from you.
Okay, well then we'll skip that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, what do you think the future of the scene is going to be like there?
Well, to be honest, in the past 5 years, there is an improvement. It's not a big improvement in the industry in here, but there is an improvement. I can find people who are creating games, even though they are very simple and they need a lot of improvement in their mechanics or game design document and stuff. But there is an improvement. I can. So I think in the upcoming years, if we try to keep the pace as it is, or try to even to make it faster, if we try to make more events, if I can spend some time in making workshops, this may improve a little. But you know, no promises.
Yeah,
you can't trust that. We have a game jam, upcoming game jam. It's called Free Palestine. I don't know if you heard of it.
I think.
Yeah, it's called Free Palestine.
I've been seeing the bundle getting shared on Twitter a lot, but I didn't see the jam.
Yeah, it's coming in around 2 weeks from now, and I was planning to create, you know, like a live video streaming, trying to teach the basics of the Unity engine, creating a simple game, sort of like, you know, a square jumping and collecting stuff. To add the basic knowledge about how to use Unity, how Unity framework works, like the animations, the mechanics, jumping, collision, and so on. So this way, this may you know help people or encourage people who are willing to be game developers in the future. This may encourage them to, you know, begin with their step. So yeah, I'm planning to do that next week.
That's a cool.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it will help.
Oh man, now I feel like I need to finish this video before you do that, so I can like link to it or something. Let's see. Got the Oh yeah, when you do like meetups and stuff, what do you typically do? Do you just like show off your games? Do you, I don't know, talk about different things? And
well, actually, I usually don't talk about my games. This is a problem in myself. Yeah. I usually try to convince people to join the field, but without trying to show a lot of my work. I don't know why I did that. But recently I've been convinced by some of my friends to, you know, create my website, share my things and stuff, and try to show my games. Well, what I usually do is in these events, I usually create like, for example, in the beginning of every game jam we create in here, I make a game development session, like a bootcamp, 3 or 4 hours bootcamp, to help people to discuss with people the basics of game development in general, the game design, the game art, the programming, and I give like another session about Unity game development engine, because it's very easy in comparison with XNA, for example, or any raw programming language. So yeah, I use Unity and try to encourage people about this. And I tried to give samples from simple games that made a great hit in the market. So this could encourage them to really join the community, and it happened. It helped. I can count 5 or 6 people who really joined our community like 3 years ago, and right now they are making their own games and trying to share them on the Google Play Market, which is great.
It seems like, well, talking to you and then to Rashid, it seems like everyone there is focused on mobile games. Do you know anyone who's doing more like PC?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Is mobile gaming just more popular there than PC gaming?
It's more popular, yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? PC gaming and like PC and PlayStation and these console AAA games, they need a lot of work to get a great game with great quality. While mobile games can be simple, you can just create a Flappy Bird and release it on Steam or on the PlayStation console. Just a game like Flappy Bird, this be like, I don't think it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the point. People here are very simple still. We don't have the skills, we don't have the resources to create hardcore games like Modern Warfare or like similar to Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed or whatever. We don't have the resources yet. So I think it's better to focus on what we can do instead of creating what we can't do and have a total failure with that. Maybe in the coming years, I think we can have this happen. We can create games, but not now. Right now, it's very difficult, I think.
Let's see. Is there anything you want to promote? Any like games or anything at all?
What is that?
Anything you want to promote, like that I could put in the video, like your games or anything?
Well, I don't know. There is the game. There's a game that I've been working on. It's called Justice Missiles. It's about rockets falling through the grounds. I've been working on the story to include in that game, and like difficulty sketches are almost ready, but I think I need a couple of weeks to get this in the store. So I can't promise it can get, how indie developers work. So yeah, but you can, if I want to promote anything or share anything, everything is posted on my website, nairat.com.
Okay.
And whatever I create is gonna be shared there first thing. So yeah.
All right. Let's see. I've gone through all my questions. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any other questions.
I mean, I probably will. As soon as I hang up, I'll be like, oh wait, why didn't I ask that? But
okay.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now. Oh, do you have any like pictures or videos of meetups there that I could use in the video?
I think I have. I can send you some.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And then, do you know anyone else who would be open to being interviewed?
Yes, I can ask them for you if you like. Suhail and Yasser, the people that I told you about. Okay. They are really into game development. Yeah. So yeah, I can ask them for you if you'd like to.
Sure. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Well, one thing I'd like to notice is that, which is related to the first question you asked me about the reason behind game development. I think people can use this to drive attention to some issues, like Rashid did with Layla. Remember? Yeah. So yeah, he tried to include the story of Gaza in his Layla game, even and it really works, so people can really make a change with this. We can drive some lights to some issues around the world, some poverty, some injustice around the world, and help people to, somehow, if you help what I believe in, if you help one person to stop throwing garbage on the ground using video games, that will be a great achievement. And it can be done. I believe so. If you can cut off injustice about people like Gazan people, if you can at least deliver a message about how the world is unjust in some places through video games, it works really similar to videos. And that's it. That's what I was trying to deliver the message about.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for talking to me. This is great.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you or to meet you, talking to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you travel to events at all? Do you go to any events like outside of the country?
I used to travel, but not to events. I never traveled to any event actually. But since COVID, I didn't get out of Palestine. A couple of years ago, I went to USA for work issues. I usually go to Jordan. It's close to us, but not really. I didn't go to anywhere else. It's just Jordan, Oman, and the United States. I went there once also.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, if you go to any events, I don't know, in the next year or something, and maybe I'll see you at one.
Yeah, I'll be glad to. Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.